Hey YouTube, right here. Someone actually sent me a article on my Twitter. They said that I should go ahead and take a look at it. At least I would get a good laugh. And I did. I mean, I was laughing my fucking ass off at it, just how pathetic the article was. I'm going to go ahead and link the article down below. And the title of the article is "Sex Bots Are Not the Answer to Feminism." Let that sink in. Now, this was written by a guy, but you can definitely tell by reading through that the guy is a motherfucking simp. You know, he's one of those guys that literally just lives for women. You know, thinks that guys get the, you know, he's definitely one of those ones that thinks that, you know, I guarantee you he's one of these guys that thinks that men get fulfillment from taking on responsibility for another person or other people, and you know, that men are basically there to work to fulfill the needs of women and children, and that any men that shirk that responsibility aren't really men. You definitely get that tone from this article. Now, the thing is in this article, he says several fucking things that are exceedingly fucking stupid. He says that sex bots are demeaning to women. No, they're not. It's called competition. Men have been competing with technology for a long fucking time. Yeah, we create the technology, but the thing is guess what? We have to compete with it. Case in point, manufacturing jobs. How many manufacturing jobs that have been primarily male have been eliminated due to advances in technology? I'm waiting. Because that's a large fucking number. There are a lot of men out of work because of that shit. And that number continues to grow every fucking day. And even if you're going with strictly the whole companion bot thing. Yes, they're calling them companion bots. I think that's what really got women's ears to perk up and all of a sudden that chill to go up their spine. Because what's the main thing that they argue is the best thing about a man being with a woman? Oh, well, they get companionship. Well, if a man can get companionship from an AI that isn't going to fucking have all of that negative fucking behavior of women, all the fucking backstabbing and backbiting, all the fucking emotional and mental abuse that women constantly subject men to as just one continuous shit test, just to end with them walking out the fucking door and taking half or more of your shit and then taking lifelong fucking payments to fund their whoring around with someone else. Losing access to your fucking kids. Then having to pay to raise those children while the mother teaches them to hate your fucking guts. Yeah. Whole lot of benefits there, aren't there? But no. They're scared of the fucking competition because these bots don't come along with all that bullshit. And even if you have it where a bot can go ahead and it has an artificial womb in there and reproduce, well, that means the man's raising the child. So then, once again, I want to ask, what do women have above companion bots? Nothing. Nada. Especially once artificial intelligence gets better and better and better. Women lose more and more and more of an edge. And they already barely have an edge as it is. Because I can only speak from my personal experiences, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of guys who have had similar experiences. Talking to women is worse than talking to AI at sometimes, because you have to sit there and find just the right way to say it to a fucking woman, or she's gonna misunderstand it. But unlike with the fucking AI, you're not gonna get fucking arrested if it misunderstands. Yes, I am talking about women who sit there and misunderstand a comment and end up getting a guy arrested for sexual harassment or sexual assault or something like that. Just from a misunderstanding. Because hell, you can get arrested for sexual assault for walking by someone and accidentally fucking brushing their ass with the back of your hand, not even knowing that they were there. You weren't even looking in their fucking direction. That can fucking happen. So, again, I would like to ask, why isn't a companion bot an answer to feminism? You would think that feminists would be absolutely thrilled by this, since feminists hate men so much and think that men are nothing but wild fucking animals that are just waiting for an opportunity to lure their prey into a completely and totally segregated area, just so that they can go ahead and prey on them and savor the kill. So why are companion bots bad? Feminists should be all about this. Be all like, yeah, see, you don't have to deal with a man anymore. But that's the thing. Even feminists realize that women rely on men. That without men, women are fucked, and not in a good way. I think it's funny that they bring up the sexual objectification of men, because you know what? I talked to a lesbian and I'm all like, why in the fuck do you use a dildo if you say that you like women? You know what her answer was? Well, it doesn't mean I don't like dick. It just means I don't like what's attached to the dick. She's literally equating men down to nothing more than their sexual organs for value. And it's more than one fucking lesbian saying that shit. And I don't got a problem with lesbians. Hell, I watch lesbian porn all the fucking time. Whatever. But the fact of the matter is, women have been objectifying men in that way for centuries. They've always found phallic objects to shove up in there. But then bitch about men. Because it's not all about her gratification. The guy might actually give a shit about what feels good to him. And then I love this whole unrealistic standard of beauty. Then you go ahead and you go on to different sites, and men are almost all under average for rating. Like the vast majority of men are under average, and the only ones that get above average are like model fucking level. Whereas when you look at, you know, men's ratings, it goes in a fucking arc. Most women are rated at least average. So, again, why are companion bots not the answer to feminism? As far as the whole sexual aspect of it, and these bots, you know, being unrealistic, well, neither are most of the fucking dildos out there. I have seen dildos that are bigger around than my fucking arm and just about as fucking long. Guess what? Those are some of the best sellers. But no, that's not unrealistic. Even though I don't think that there's a guy alive with a dick that big. And if there is, well, good for you, bro. You won the genetic lottery. You aren't the 1%. You are the 1% of the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. You are actually a freak of nature at that point. You must have grown up near Chernobyl. But yeah. So, about that unrealistic standard. Yeah. About competing with technologic advancements. Because the thing is I don't personally know any guys whose dicks vibrate on their own. Alright. So again, I ask, why are companion bots not the answer to feminism? If men are able to go ahead and leave women the fuck alone, and the woman not be constantly pestered for sex and all that, shouldn't these feminists be happy? Because that's one of the things they bitch about, is guys constantly pestering women about sex. Well, if you give them a fucking separate outlet, then it won't happen. But even feminists know that women thrive off of that. That women actually enjoy it. The thing is, though, they're sitting there and thinking, at this point, for some fucking reason, that guys are, for some odd reason, like if a woman finds them unattractive, that automatically makes them a creeper. What? They're not allowed to show interest? Now, if a fat as fuck, you know, rainbow colored hair, short crew cut, fucking bull dyke lesbian comes walking up to a guy and expresses some level of sexual interest, and the guy just completely blows her off, the guy's sexist, he's misogynistic, he's horrible, blah, 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 blah. But women will actively go out of their way to nuke that guy, to shame that guy on the fucking spot. In the reverse situation. So, how are companion bots not a fucking answer to feminism? To be perfectly honest, I have not heard a single fucking argument yet that has convinced me that these bots aren't entirely good for men. Because guess what? Sex, one of the best methods of fucking exercise. You're gonna have a lot more fit men because now they've got sex at their disposal anytime they fucking want it. You need a companion that you don't have to worry about social stigma or some level of fucking abuse from? Well, a robot's a pretty damn good facsimile, right? It's as good as you're gonna fucking get. Don't want to worry about that failure rate with fucking condoms or the or you ending up getting stuck with someone else's fucking kid under your fucking care, and then the government saying you still have to fucking pay for it, even though you can prove that the kid isn't fucking yours and that it was all a fucking lie. You want a companion that actually remembers important shit about you? The reason why women are trying to say that this is not the answer to feminism is because they are fucking afraid. It is a roundabout way of trying to shame men, trying to say that men are afraid of feminists. We're not fucking afraid of feminists, we're sick of them. And we're getting sick of women as a whole, because women aren't actively fighting feminism. Very few are. But women are recognizing it. They're seeing the writing on the wall. They're noticing that men are finally moving to full-fledged replace them. And it fucking terrifies them, even though they have been doing that to men since time and fucking memorial. But now that men are getting ready to do it to them, they know the fallout. They know the misery of it. They've seen it because they've inflicted it. That is the long and the short of it. Period. End of story. And if women are going to be afraid of these things, then I say press forward with it as fast as possible. Because women, if you hadn't been such entitled, snobby, greedy cunts the entire fucking time of your existence, if you had treated men with the respect that men deserve, not just for being men, but just as humans, then we wouldn't be here. Men wouldn't have felt the need to press forward on this. It's funny that now, in this time, all of a sudden, these massive jumps and improvements are happening. And it's all been leading up to this. You notice that these massive changes to AI technology have started happening once feminism really started getting violent toward men and became mainstream. This is a response to feminism, and it is the best response. This article is 100% fluff. It is nothing but sitting there and arguing that yes, while women are completely inferior, we should still surpass the superior. Because morality. What happens to your fucking morality when a woman cheats on a man and then takes him for everything that he fucking has? It's nowhere to be seen. What happens to your fucking morality when a woman separates a man from his children for no fucking reason other than she wants more fucking money and says, fuck the well-being of the children? Fuck your morality. Fuck your feelings. And I am definitely getting myself a companion bot as soon as they become available where I am.